Welcome to another story made by Oracle One. The Silk Merchant's Code. In the bustling heart of Chang'an, capital of the Tang dynasty, where the air was thick with the mingled scents of sandalwood, ink, and fresh spices, young Mei Lin moved with the grace and confidence befitting the daughter of one of the city's foremost silk merchants. Her father, Master Wen, was a man of shrewd business acumen and refined taste, known throughout the markets and beyond for sourcing the finest silks from far-flung lands, Persia, India, even the distant western regions. Yet what enthralled Mei Lin most were not the riches this brought, but the stories concealed within the threads and patterns themselves. It was the year 732 CE, a time when the Tang dynasty thrived, opening its gates to a world of exotic cultures and endless possibilities. Mei Lin, though expected to learn embroidery and the social graces befitting a merchant's daughter, possessed a curiosity that transcended the usual confines of her life. She had been granted a rare privilege to accompany her father on a voyage to the bustling ports dotting the Silk Road, a journey through lands woven with mystery and legend. Upon their return, laden with bolts of silk swathed in intricate patterns, Mei Lin settled into her chambers where silks of azure, crimson, emerald, and gold lay unrolled on wooden tables. Each bolt bore exquisite embroidery, phoenixes entwined with dragons, peonies blossoming beside bamboo stalks, waves curling beneath crescent moons. To the untrained eye, these were mere decorations. To Mei Lin, they held secrets awaiting discovery. One evening, as the late summer sun filtered through latticed windows, Mei Lin's gaze fell upon a newly arrived fabric from the west, a deep indigo cloth embroidered with silver threads. The pattern seemed peculiar, not quite like the familiar Chinese motifs but rather an amalgamation of unfamiliar symbols arranged with deliberate regularity. She traced her finger along them, feeling a thrill at the possibility of a hidden message woven into the design. Her mind raced back to a fragment she had overheard from a traveler in her father's shop, a story of distant lands using knots, patterns, and seemingly ornamental designs as carriers of covert communication. Intrigued, she decided to investigate further. Mei Lin began by comparing the indigenous Chinese silks to the newly imported ones. The patterns on the Chinese silks followed naturalistic themes. Bamboo represented resilience, lotus purity, dragon's power. The foreign fabrics, however, seemed to incorporate geometric repetitions, diamonds, triangles, and interlocking zigzags that repeated in sequences not typical of ordinary motif arrangements. She unrolled the indigo fabric again, placing a brush beside it, and under the flickering light of an oil lamp, began to copy the pattern onto rice paper. This methodical process uncovered subtle shifts in the pattern's repetition. Some clusters appeared more frequently, others less, like aphorisms in a coded tongue. It was then that Mei Lin realized the fabric's design was not mere decoration but a cipher. The next morning, she rushed to her father with her findings. "Father," she exclaimed, "I believe some of these patterns are a code." Master Wen, a man pragmatic and attached to tangible profits, frowned. "A code? In fabric? Mei Lin, these importers are merchants like ourselves. Why would they encode messages in their goods?" "Perhaps," Mei Lin replied softly, "because these fabrics come from lands embroiled in much strife. What better way to move secret information than through the eyes of silk? The patterns could conceal intelligence, plans, alliances, or warnings." Master Wen's skeptical gaze softened in surprise and then settled into contemplation. "We trade with merchants from Samarkand, Khotan, even the distant Abbasid Caliphate. There is constant political tension. Perhaps you are right." Motivated by this support, Mei Lin devoted herself to deciphering the message. She requested more samples from the latest arrivals and secretly compared their patterns. Hours melted into days as she mapped out thread counts, color changes, and motif combinations. She noticed that in one set, the silver thread made delicate marks that seemed random but appeared in repeating sequences. By aligning the sequences with their frequency of occurrence, she posited a link to the ancient Chinese numerical tradition, the I Ching trigrams. Each corresponding shape in the embroidery related to trigrams, telling a story not of fate but of movement and warning. Mei Lin remembered stories from her grandmother about the legendary Luo Shu square, a mystical mathematical pattern. Using that as a framework, she arranged the symbol frequencies accordingly, revealing a message warning of an impending caravan ambush planned near the western desert passes. A piece of vital intelligence that could make or break a merchant's fortunes. Immediately, Mei Lin brought this discovery to Master Wen and the city's magistrate, offering to guide a protective detail to safeguard their important caravans. The magistrate was impressed, although cautious. If this is true, the lives of many will depend on your courage and discretion. Do you understand the risks involved? Without hesitation, Mei Lin nodded. Together with her father's trusted guards, Mei Lin set out toward the Silk Road's perilous stretches. The journey was perilous. Scorching days beneath a relentless sun, freezing nights cloaked in biting wind, and the omnipresent threat of bandits eager to seize treasures and caravans. Upon reaching a well-traveled path near the desert's edge, Mei Lin noticed signs corroborating her warnings. Scorch marks from fires recently extinguished, broken branches, and camouflaged footprints. Her analyses of fabric had paid off. That night, under the blanket of stars, Mei Lin's group prepared an ambush of their own. The bandits, taking the bait, charged headlong into the trap, caught off guard by the prepared defenders. The clash was fierce but brief, and the caravan remained intact. News of Mei Lin's insight and bravery spread through Chang'an. The city's elite were intrigued by the idea that even the most ornamental of goods might harbor secrets vital to commerce and safety. Master Wen's status rose, not just as a merchant but as a guardian of trade and knowledge. Yet Mei Lin's journey had only just begun. With the confluence of trade, espionage, and artistry now apparent to her, she delved deeper into the linguistic arts of embroidery, textiles, and cryptography. Secret codes embedded in silk could alter the fate of empires. Now, she knew her destiny was intertwined with the threads she held dear. Weeks later, returning to her father's shop, Mei Lin unlocked a chest containing newly arrived silks from Central Asia. One bolt caught her attention. A fabric embroidered with an intricate lattice of interwoven patterns that seemed to pulse with meaning. As sunlight kissed the silver threads, she saw the code within its glimmer, a subtle warning, a whispered secret waiting to be unraveled. In the grand tapestry of the Tang dynasty's golden age, where culture, commerce, and diplomacy intersected, Mei Lin stood at the loom of destiny, weaving her own story into the annals of history. One pattern, one stitch, one secret at a time. For more stories, like and subscribe.